Shield Wars, Shield Wars, Shield Wars. Hey you guys, what is up? Turumba here. Welcome back to Shield Wars, part number 2, the rematch between Rymon as West Seaxe and me, Mide. Okay, so, yeah, let's go into it. I took this time the Elite Melee Cav. Because I do left the when I use the left, it's fine if I go do left, huh? Yeah, I think so. Anyway, I didn't took any horses, any scout horses, that is. Thus we have the Iric mailed horseman here bottom as well. So just 3 horses, but all very good horses. A shitty spear, I was hoping to catch a horse with that, but we will see. 2 levy spear tier 2, 2 retinue spears tier 3. So these guys kind of worth noticing that these are levy spear tier 2, and how they perform is quite interesting actually. Anyway, we talked about these guys. Then 2 Raider Swordsmen tier 3. These guys don't or are not able to make a shield wall, so keep that in mind. Yeah, just not for the battle, but in general. Then Retinue Sword tier 3, good guys. And 2 more elites, Iric Swordsmen, pretty good, have Encourage as well as the horses have. So these guys are basically just these guys on horses. Anyway, since this is the follow-up battle between Rymon and me from the first part of Shield Wars, I took this time 5 archers, and I used tier 2 ones, and that's not uninteresting. But in general, I kind of feel like archers are more or less on the dying branch of this tree, which we call Thrones of Britannia multiplayer. Good old meat shield, we're gonna use him. I like it. We're gonna keep using them. But overall, we have to talk about how these guys doing their job, and about archers in general, because there's some things we kind of have to take into account at this point. Well, I've done meanwhile. Oh wow, nearly forgot about Rymon's army. Let me bring that back once the battle is about to start, but nothing happens. He's going for tier 1 general. 5 retinue spear tier 1 though, so in here I kind of want to remember that we have the levy spear tier 2, 3 very decent male thanes tier 3, 4 tier 3 levy bow archers, 2 scouts horsemen, and 2 thane horsemen. Okay, here we go. It's a little bit different on Rymon's part. Yeah, kind of interesting. I feel like he has taken into account that we killed most, or at least a good part of his what's they called? Basically Huskarls, the Royal Huskarls, with our archers, and so we don't see any of this anymore. Anyway, let's jump in. So what I wanted to say is that I have played a little bit more, basically another stream for roughly 4 hours, several multiplayer battles, and it's observations have been done. So I forgot about this guy here. I was busy in the chat, and he said, I'll let you retreat this swordsman, and I said, I don't need your pity. But yeah, well, he knows that I was joking. Anyway, this gave me a couple of ideas. Let's remember him. that mistakes which might grow pretty nice ideas. So I was thinking if we do a little bit with him, but then I was a little bit intimidated with the 4 horses. When they are in wedge form, they just look horrifying, I kind of feel, and we only have those 3, so I wasn't really keen to really get in early on. So we have overall the same observation we last time. He's seeing me on a hill, and I see him on a more or less upper ground as well. So this is kind of ridiculous. Anyway, still ridiculous. So yeah, perspective, guys. It's crazy. So yeah, here we go. For myself, I have the tier 2 guys, Retiny Sword, tier 2 guys, Retiny Sword, and then a Wood Spear and a Wood Spear. The Raider Swordsmen, since they are not able to perform the shield wall, shield castle that is, are a little bit further behind. So I sent in the meat shield, but yeah, this is a good example how not to do it, because this guy is, yeah, basically you have to move your archers as well, otherwise, yeah, he dies for nothing. Even though we will see he didn't die for nothing, because that little bit does something. I was, meanwhile, I was dreaming just to start a fight with the horses and just send a wood spear out, but yeah, this wasn't happening. Of course, I might want to say. So we have a shitty spear here, so that maybe he can do something. Meanwhile, we have a little shootout here, and Rymon sends his horses in just to scare us off, and he gets a couple of free shots. Good one, actually. So I do immediately yeah, turn my archers around as soon as I know they are safe, and shoot into the running away horses. We kill a couple of scouts. It's not really much, but well, here you go. For the archer ones, no damage has been done. The last couple of shots was enough to get the meat shield run away, though. So we're setting new up, and then yeah, just start shooting. So there's a little shootout, and this is what I wanted to say about the archers in general. Thing is, archers are quite nice and stuff like that, but the amount of archers I tend to use is mostly yeah, based on the this is kind of ridiculous, isn't it? 5 units, and look what it's done. I mean, yeah, we will in the end bring him down, but this is, wow, this is pretty low. But in the end, you know, if you take more archers for the sake of killing more archers, which are on both sides, after a certain amount of the phase, or after a certain battle phase, basically useless, just leave them at home. You kind of want to have them, you know. There's nothing better than working on the archers with the, or working on the two-handed X-Men with some archers. And something like this, a couple of pot shots, but without anything. But overall, I feel like we will reduce the amount of archers a lot. I might still have 4 missile units in general, but not 4 archers, purely. So we're doodling around with the wood spears here, and we have still that shootout running. So I'm sending in again, but yeah, this won't work. At this point, I thought he does another one, I bring them back, and then I turn around, and I'm not sure when I do it. Yeah, all of them start to shooting, or at least a couple of them start to shoot into the horses, and we are doing that quite good, actually. On the other side, he brought a thin spear up to maybe entangle him, and just, yeah, you know, just luring me out here. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe should have attacked now, so that we are in the fight. But yeah, so he didn't do that, and we are just running away, and basically still having our yeah, little curse there. So yeah, he's keep shooting our archers. We keep shooting his archers, which is, you know, that's the very thing I was talking about. Anyway, we're bringing up a little bit more here, and just in case this guy is able to yeah, come closer to the wood spears. I brought the raider swordsman this way. He's more or less bringing his calf together. We were able though to where are they? Here they are, 35, down to 35. This is quite nice actually. Let's just keep that in mind. We have killed so far, I don't know, 10 here, 11 here, just with the archers though.
Our men run from the enemy. This is shameful.
But he's doing more or less a good job with his archers. We've only 2 left. His amount of ammunition is empty, but to be honest, this is how you want the ammunition or the archers used, you know. This looks very very nice. I use this to shoot in there because the angle is so tasty, but we can't do it. Empty archers chasing us. We're going back though, because this stays tasty. There's less yeah, less damage than I thought actually. You know, it's the non-shielded side, and halfway backwards I thought I would do a little bit more. The other one shooting a couple of shots in here, but then I thought, well, if we can reach the horse, then we can reach a horse. So we're gonna try that. His last couple of volleys, this is empty, and he's doing that, but there's nothing happening anymore. So down to 32, and I guess we can just keep that doing. In the aftermath, I think I should have shot with both of those into the Thane horsemen, but it does quite a bit. Yeah, quite nice. 29. It's already pretty annoying, I would say. So, but we have already 2 units on the right flank, and we have readied up 2 units for the left flank, and we are more or less are equal to his strength here. He has more or less the whole first line are the Thane spears, and the whole second line is made out of the Thane tier 3 retinues. So I think he just wants to have a little bit more punch here, so he brings the archers up. For a last... no, not yet. Well, I say nothing. Well, this is not bad, you know. It's basically 20% gone. A bit more than that, so it's not bad. So I kind of fear his horses, but we have good horses, and he has taken a toll on his horses as well. So the one Thane is 29 and the other Thane is full still. But he has taken shots, and the other one a little bit as well, not much though. So we start to bring up on the left side our little something here. So we were able to shoot the last volleys into the Thanes. They are down to 25. What a nice gift. And a couple of shots here into the Thane's back, but it doesn't do anything. Oh well, 1, 2. So, and then, yeah, well, things start to kick off. So I run one time closer. Bring these guys more or less in position, and then we're gonna charge. So at this point, I send these guys, the wood spears, against the Thane spearmen, because I want them entangled. These guys thus have free reign and do a lot of damage to the wood spears, but those two have free reign as well, and this was quite important to me. We have a little respawn here. All the archers ran into the spears, and these male thanes go in here. So Mike could have done a little bit more. You know, just attack with the freeman spears into the thanes and do basically the other way around. So here we have just the Iric swordsmen. Just let them stand there so that these guys get a little bit of encouragement. So now we're gonna have to look a little. So what this might be looks like that he's charging into the spears. It's not the case, you see that. I wanted him just to stand there to keep the horses at bay. He's attacking the spears, front up. So I do a little counter charge, even though it was a little bit too late. Nonetheless, I'm able to redirect a couple of horses, and then we all gonna go in. All his horses against all mine horses, and yeah, well, the wood spears are there. That looks pretty tasty, and as we will see, the archer shots first off did a major blow already. So the spears here doing quite a good job. These guys didn't went into the spears. I'm not sure if you have seen that. So they went to this place, stopped and turned around. One of the Iric ones goes this way, but I'm heavily focused on this side. So we could have done a little bit more here. Maybe just going down or attack the archers very soon. But sadly, yeah, I was not able to do something with these guys. Meanwhile, 3 of his horses break. This one is going down as well. And as soon as I see that this guy is already in the fight, and Mr. Late, this is how I call him now, went up as well, but sees that I kinda, yeah, do that, and he goes back again. So I'm just backing off here, and that might be a very good decision, because the wood spears are still there, kinda making sure the retreat works fine. And this is where we are. So yeah, we've done little with these guys here, and as I said, we could have done a little bit more. So this looks a little bit dangerous because well, the wood spears are fighting basically those 2 units. Anyway, so as predictable, the Raider swordsmen lose against the male thanes. It's basically tier 3 versus tier 3, but the one are levies and the other one's not. One of the horses who have been pulled out goes into the thane spears. The other one is following just in that direction, but they are more or less... No, the king is going to that, and he is charging into the yeah, well, reassembled horses. And the male thanes who have fought briefly here are going to take a zip at the Iric swordsman. So while I was happy to actually did this, this doesn't look good as well. And the raiders fucking off for reals now, and the male thanes are free. So basically there was a free one and there is a free one. This one should just work out fine. I think I sent this guy towards the scouts. He shall have no problems whatsoever. And since I don't want Mr. Late interfering here, I send the wood spears after him as well. And yeah, if his horses would have been a little bit more, yeah, he would be able to actually do something there. So the one horse charge from here did something. He started to break. Since this went more open and more open, I sent the Iric swordsman in as well. The free spearman finally getting rid of the last of the archers, and he's coming back in as well. I'm not sure, maybe he should have done this one, so you know. Anyway, we did what we did. So he has to countercharge here, Mr. Late, so otherwise he would take losses on his general. Nobody wants that, and the horses are dead anyway. But yeah, wood spears did it again, quite nice actually. So I saw that these guys won't stand long against the male things, and thus I bring these guys into position that they can help there a little, even though it's just archers, and yeah, they won't do much, but maybe they procrastinate a little bit. So we're going out. First tier's Thane is gone, which means that this guy is going into trouble pretty fast. This is quite nice. So, what happens next? Oh yeah, right. This one, we send this. I wasn't sure really what to do with them. But then I saw, well, let's work on those guys. These need help. And then we send all the horses we have, and by the way, reunite them in this meta as well, just attacking the male things. They do take a lot of damage from this charge, but I was a little unsatisfied with that. It didn't took what I wanted out. Still losing decisively, but tier 3 Retinees, they will stand their ground. And this is down to 70, but it's not as I wanted, not at all. So at a certain point, I guess we can go fast again, yeah, or faster. At a certain point I pull out there because this wasn't really the outcome I wished. So the wood spears are about to waver. So and then, oh yeah, no, and back to slow again. And then I saw that the current spears, and here we have it, tier 2, over a long amount of time, and here they are as well. The unit is losing, they are exhausted, they are shaken. They will lose against the Retinees tier 1. This is just a very interesting observation, guys. So, Mr. Late going after our general. We are hitting here, and we are hitting here, if I'm not mistaken. I think so, yeah. So, and this guy is about to fuck off. Dang, here we go. This turns out to be wavering again, and it should go away pretty fast. Mr. Late, yeah, well, goes after our general. He will soon start to charge, actually. But meanwhile, this one is already done, and I think every second now. So since this guy is done, he will start to waver, he will start to waver, and I have sent the horses who have finished off these guys now into his general. He reacts pretty good actually, but yeah, I just bought a little bit of time for our Kev general, and suddenly gone, and a lot of people dirtling around. So that charge wasn't really devastating or anything, but it pinned him down. This is what it should be. And then the guys who actually who actually have been beaten already, yeah, pinning him down afterwards. Pretty pretty evil if they come back and come back and come back. Anyway, yeah, so you can guess where this is going at this point. They're doing quite good, don't they? I feel like, yeah.
The men have been routed. They are leaving the field.
So we have a moral down for us. And that has been it. GG Rymon. Yeah, I feel like the one charge with all the Kev into the spears, that was Rymon's undoing. So yeah, interesting. Those guys, the tier 2 levy spears, did quite a good job for quite a while. But overall they will lose against a tier 1 Retinue, which is fine. They they took quite a while, and they were the attackers. This is kind of what you have to keep in mind when kind of doing these kind of observations as well. Who is the attacker and who is the defender? So that he was in shield mode doesn't do anything in melee, but overall quite nice, guys, quite nice. Yeah, so as I said, with the archers, you know, if you want to have archers for the sake of killing archers, just leave them out, because otherwise, if you would have just guys who are able to do more or less shield castle, your archers are more or less obsolete. On the other hand, though, it is really worth to have a couple of missile units, and when I would say a couple, could be 2, could be 4, but never do 5 actually. But yeah, to have them and just being able at a certain phase of the battle, just going around the enemy line and shooting the back is quite super. But yeah, overall for the first shootout, I do think, yeah, that is not worth it. And as you can imagine, I do not in the slightest miss the scout horses. Nope, not even closely. Yeah. So, when I said earlier that I had another session in between, and that was on stream as well. Check it out if you like. It's Turumba TV on Twitch, and link is in the description, as in every video, I might add. Yeah, and so this was very fruitful in terms of learning process. So if you want to see getting Turumba's ass kicked, yeah, gotta check out the next episode. Yeah. So, I don't know, a girl or a woman named Alicia is kicking my ass pretty heavily, but yeah, in a very good way. And sometimes when I saw the replay already, and in astonishing ways. No fucking shit. So with this little appetizer, I'm gonna say, guys, wherever you are, do have a nice one. Do the shit. Please subscribe and like the video. Feel free to share your opinions in the comment section. Guys, let me grow a bit. Goodbye.